Welcome to Jeff Lobb Unleashed, a podcast talking all things sales, marketing, and social for the real estate, mortgage, and title industries. An international speaker and sales coach straight out of New Jersey and the home of Spark Tank Media. Here's your host and coach, Jeff Lobb.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeff Lobb back at you. This may also be for my podcast as well. So I've got some feedback where people are enjoying this, call it drive time rant, drive time conversation, drive time ideas that have been on my mind from different events, from different things. So we are going to continue them, as I'm always excited to do it. Let's face it, we spend a lot of time in the car, and we should be probably maximizing our time in the car. Gratefully, I just got back from a conference in Canada, and you can see I'm a little bit tired, and that's okay. You know, we're burning, a lot of hours, and I just landed, got back from Toronto to Newark, and I want to share a couple takeaways from the conference. It was the Blue Mountain Conference, hosted by Andrew Fogliato of Just Sell Homes. Grateful to be working with him in several different capacities. And it was a mastermind of really some one-day mastermind, one-day conference content, and grateful to be part of some of the mastermind stuff because, one thing I'm learning is no matter how many years we're in this business, I'm over 30 some years, but that doesn't matter today. You could be 2 years in the business if you're listening. You could be 2 months in this business if you're listening. One of the takeaways from the mastermind, and it was really open, it was really transparent, it was really authentic, people sharing real problems openly, as I do too. I shared some of my biggest failures, shared some of my biggest challenges. No one's insulated. Here's the news, no one is insulated from these problems. Some of the biggest problems I've heard, and while there are many, and we'll cover some of those, is really, trying to find balance in life and work and help and getting help, or should I get help? And quite frankly, I don't believe the bull of, there's a happy balance. I don't really think there is a happy balance. I think there is some kind of balance, but it's never even. It's never at par. I find it rare to be at par. I always find that, it might be teetering one way or the other, but absolutely have to have some balance, because some of the things we did talk about were some people facing burnout. Some people facing getting to the point of getting burnt out, not quite there yet. Feeling, how do I really take a day or two off? How do I really do that in the real estate business? And, it could be real estate. This could be very applicable to people in the mortgage business, same as long as title agents that I work with. Any really in the sales industry, if you're really a producer or you become that, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. I wished for a lot of things and then became that. So while I'm grateful for that, it also chalks up another few problems. So a few things we talked about, and there's some real simple answers to it, they just had to hear it, was this, hey, I scheduled a day off. I scheduled it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago. It's in my calendar, it's a day off. However, that day comes, I plan it with my kids, I plan it with my spouse, I plan it with my significant other, and all of a sudden there's 3 clients that have to go see things. I've got home inspection stuff going on. I've got this going on, and I'm busy. So I have the choice of trying to take my kids out, be on the phone half the time, and my kids are always looking at mom and dad are like, hey, are you going to spend some time here or not? Because you're really not here, right? You're not present. And I know that because I'm just as guilty at times. I've learned to be aware. The number one thing I think coming out of this was awareness. Aware, first of all, that that's a problem. Not just keep burning through it. Awareness was number one. Number two is, if you're a producer, when are you not going to be busy? That's a real question. When are you really not going to be busy? If you're already running for 6 to 7 days a week and you're overwhelmed already then, what do you think? There's going to be like a magical day? The schedule's going to part its ways like the ocean and you're going to have a clear day? That's it? That's not going to happen. I just got off this exit. I don't even know if I'm getting off the right exit, but that's all right. I'm going to still keep going. That's how it goes sometimes. I am focused. I'm here, but I missed the exit, I think. That being said, you're never really not going to be busy. Let's just face it. Call that out. So the real answer is you need to find help. You need to find good help. And the dilemma is, of course, well, Jeff, I don't know if I can afford help. Jeff, I'm not sure if I can train help. Jeff, I'm not sure if I'm ready for help. No, if you're at that point where you can't take a day off, you need help. You've got to find help. And it's not just like I might need some part-time stuff or no, you might need someone to really help you, because here's what you're also missing out on. And this came out of this session is what if, right? This is my question. It's my big what if. What if you stop doing the stupid things? No, I shouldn't say stupid things. Let me take that back. What if you stop doing the things you shouldn't be doing that you're not good at anyway? I won't call them stupid. Let's call them unproductive. What if, and I asked the question straight up, what are you terrible at? What do you hate doing? And what are you not good at? And 95%, there was a few oddballs in the room. Most of them, and if you're a top producer or that rainmaker, you're most likely not good at paperwork, details, filling stuff in and sitting behind your computer, doing those things, organizing and coordinating things. That's usually what you're not good at based on personalities. There were a few that happened to be producers and some detail-oriented, but they didn't like it. So back to my what if. What if you had just 4 listing appointments a day? That's what you focused on. How would your business be? Oh my God, it'd be fantastic if that's all I could do, but it doesn't. What if someone else can do the details? Because it's not just helping you get a day off and helping unload the business. What if they took it off your plate so you didn't have to do that, but yet use that time and value to go do what you do best, which is go create more income opportunities and generate more appointments and generate the things that are going to make money for overall and stay focused. One of the biggest things I was challenged with, and this came up as well, was giving up control. Like, I think I could do it all. Yeah, I could, but I'm not really good at it. Like, what takes me 3 hours, someone who's really good at it could do in 20, 30 minutes and really love doing it because that's what they like to do. Sometimes you're going to find that person you need to hire may be right in your sphere, right in your office, right in your market area right now. It's not like you got to go out and find someone who's just necessarily an administrator or has secretarial skills. Sometimes you're going to find even a real estate agent or another loan officer who's not good at rainmaking, who's not good in front of people, who's not good at getting appointments and doing listings, or potentially working with buyers and closing sales. There's a lot of people who aren't good at that got into real estate. A lot of them come in the business and fail out of the business just because they didn't have the support. They weren't good at it to begin with, and it wasn't really their personality. So sometimes you just have to look right around you and say, hey, maybe there's someone here that's really good at the details, likes to coordinate things, likes to do marketing, likes to sit behind a computer all day, doesn't want to run around on weekends, doesn't want to run around and create listing presentations and do that kind of stuff, and they might be right in your backyard. If you find out and you get to that point where you find that person and you start to balk on how do I afford to, I'll give you another question is, how could you afford not to? Because you're going to burn out of the business, and once you burn out, or once your health takes a turn, how good is your 6 or 7 day a week now business without you? That's all you have to think about. How good is that business that you're running and cranking away that you're so proud of that you built? How good is that without you? There you go. The answer is obvious. It's dead. The business goes away. When you stop, it stops, right? So while it might continue to function if you have a team, and obviously teams are being built for that reason, and you might still have some deals in the hopper for a few months out and 6 months out, but ideally, the point being, don't take it as literal, the point being, if you're the rainmaker, you need to focus on creating rain and opportunities, and by all means, the other roles that you're looking for are not less important. They're not finding someone less important than you. They are just as valuable because they're going to be doing the things to allow you to do what you do best. That's the point. A, it stops burnout. B, you got to let up some controls that may take time. That's not going to happen overnight. And third, the other thing that came up is, well, I can't find people to run the business the way I really want it to, or the people that treat my people or the customers the way I would. And unfortunately, Very few, if any, people are like you. And the people you hire should not be like you. They should not, because let's face it, while you're probably doing a pretty good job, so you think, there's probably also another way to really do a good job taking care of your customers, a little bit different, a little bit better maybe. Maybe you think your way is the best and it is your business, but there also might be a nicer, better way that someone else could fill that void. Not everyone's telling you the truth when they say how much they really love you. They do, but they always, I'm sure, would love somebody else if they did something a little bit differently and could handle their clients. So no one is going to be exactly like you. No one will exactly handle your clients exactly like you do. You just want to make sure it's above par, and you're going to have to let up some controls. You're going to have to. I promise you, it was one of the hardest things I had to face in my business, was allowing people to call my clients, work with my clients to the point where they knew my team on a first name basis. They were calling them more than me, but I was still that value when it was my turn to step in, negotiate, get in front of them, help them make more money, help them close a transaction. So treat your business like that. Unfortunately, it's not a business if you can't sustain not being present. So you're an entrepreneur, you're doing your thing. However, if you move you out of the puzzle, the business kind of goes away. And you need to kind of fix that. Because things are always going to have problems and challenges as we get older in the business, as we grow and scale in the business. You need good people, and you need help. So no one's insulated from it. If you think you're isolated in your little problem and, oh, poor me, I feel like I'm overwhelmed, guess what? There's a lot of others like that, and there's some solutions. There are absolutely some solutions. If you ever want to reach out, we can help. You let us know. This was just coming from a specific mastermind, and hopefully some of this message sinks in a little bit after we're done talking today. But hopefully you got a one or two nugget point taken out of this quick car ride, and some thoughts coming out of this conference. All right, so thanks for listening. Hopefully catch you on the next round. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. See you guys. Bye.